Assalamualaikum and hi to all of you. We are going to present about Health Management Information System. Let me introduce our group member.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Noraswaliza Binti Abdullah.
Hi, my name is Anisha Binti Abdullah.
Hi, I am Delima Putri binti Muhammad Asri.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anis Amira binti Abdullah.
A brief introduction about our project. We made this information system specially made for the hospital administration, financial and clinical aspect. This is to reduce their burden to make their work more efficiently and effective to serve the society. As healthcare is very important nowadays. Health Management Information System were designed to manage healthcare data by collect, store, manage and process patients' data. For the problem statement, a hospital needs a proper way to keep all the data from patients to maintain their work to serve the patients. Due to that, a database that contains several tables should be implemented. So, all the data can be useful for a specific individual such as doctor that can retrieve data about their patients. Also, the patients that can retrieve the data about their diet plan so they can be healthier. The objective of our project will allow patients to know their weight status to ensure their diet plan. Next, the patients will know any disease that being affected due to their blood pressure by undergo medical checkup. Then, they will know the medication they should prescribe at the pharmacies. Lastly, patients able to make an appointment with specific hospital with their medical data. Our scope for this project are patients, health status, pharmacists, and dietitian. This project is significant to prove the importance of processing the patient health data by a hospital, processing the patient's health data by a hospital to make it more useful and meaningful without any abundance of data. Furthermore, it also can be used to determine body mass index and blood pressure status. By having a good management, it will help to create holistic views of patients and enhance their diet plan. Also, the doctors will get to know suitable medicine and organize appointment for the patients. And this information system will enhance the patient's health by plan their diet meal and prescribe the medicine based on their health status.
So here we got 5 tables that related. First is patient. The primary key for patient table is patient ID, and we got other 4 attributes, which is patient name, patient age, patient phone number, and patient address. Next we got table health check. The primary key is health check ID and check blood pressure, check weight, check height, date taken, and the foreign key is patient ID, which is from the table patient. So the relationship between the patient table and health check is 1 to many and many to 1. So the third table is prescription. The primary key for prescription is prescription ID and 3 other attributes, which is pre-medication, pre-prescription, and pre-quantity. And the foreign key that we got here is health check ID, which is from the table health check. So the relationship between the health check and prescription is 1 to many and many to 1. So next we got medication table. The primary key for medication is medication ID and other 4 attributes, 5, med calorie, med diet plan, date taken, BMI record, and BMI status. The foreign key is health check ID also, which is from this table. So from this data, you'll generate a medication data. Next is medication details, which is primary key med details underscore ID and 3 other attributes, calories intake, calories burned, and date taken. The foreign key is for medication. So the relationship between these two is many to 1 and 1 to many. Okay, we will move to the next slide, which is business rule. First, a patient undergoes 1 or many health check. A health check undergoes to 1 only patient. This means a patient can get 1 or many health check record, but a health check record only described to only 1 patient. Second, a health check record determines many prescriptions. A prescription determines a health check. Third, A health check description generates a medication record, and a medication record generated by a health check record. This means one health check only generates one medication record. Fourth, a medication record has many medication details. A medication details has a medication record.
For the data dictionary, we have made several columns and rows. The first one is table name, attribute name, contents, type, format, range, required, primary key of foreign key, and foreign key reference table. For the first table is patient with attribute name, patient's ID, patient name, patient age, patient number, and patient address that have specific content of each attribute. For patient's ID, we have declared it as VARCHA4 because the responsible individual can insert the ID number with 4 digits only. So it will reduce the abundance of the data with each patient name. So our primary key and foreign key for table patient is patient ID that are related to health check. So the patient name we declare it as VARCHA 40 because we don't know how long the patient's name are. The patient age we declare it as 10. Patient number we declare it as VARCHA 12. Patient address we declare it as VARCHA 100. And all of it are required to fill. So the next table is health check. So the health check we have check height, health check ID, check weight, check blood pressure, and date taken. For check height, check weight, and check blood pressure, we declare it as char 3. Health check ID we declare as VARCHA, and the date taken we declare is char 100. For the primary key and foreign key in health checks table are health check ID, and check blood pressure is foreign key that related to health data table. So the medication table have medication ID, medication calories, medication diet plan, and date taken. All of it are required to fill, including the data for health check. So in medication table, the foreign key and primary key is medication ID that related to medication details. So the next one is medication details table. Medication details table have contribute medication details ID, calories intake, calories burned, date taken, BMI record, and BMI status. BMI record and BMI status are not required because it can be calculated later by having the patient height and weight. Primary key in medication details tables is medication details ID. Lastly, this prescription table that have prescription ID, prescription medication, prescription, and prescription quantity. Table prescription are useful for the pharmacies to determine what medication a patient should take based on the health status. The primary key in prescription is prescription ID.
Okay, I will explain to you how we create this table and why we create this table. Firstly, we create this table patient for we know the patient details. We input the patient ID, patient name, patient age, patient phone number, and patient address. For we know the patient details when they come into our hospital. Okay, we put the details of the patient like this. Insert into patient values PT01 for the patient ID, patient name Azhad, patient age number 21. Why we put the 2? Because 21 is 2 number. We assume that patient who have 3 number, example 100, will never come to our hospital to medical checkup. So the patient phone number here, the patient address here, and primary key should be the patient ID. Okay, every input we put the comma above here. Okay, so we should have the output like this. So this table will show the details of the patient, and we also create the table of prescription. Okay, now we have a prescription ID, pre-medication, pre-prescription, pre-quantity. Okay, we create this for the patient who have to take the medication. Example, for the patient number 1, for the values number 1, we have PRE001000. Why 000? Because the patient who the ID PRE001 don't have to take the medication, and when she or he don't have to take the medication, so the pre-prescription will be 0 and the pre-quantity will be 0. Different to the number 2, who the ID PRE002, who have to take the carbacyl for medication, and the prescription will be 3 times a day, and the pre-quantity will be 50, and same for the others below. Okay, next the output will be here. Output will be this: prescription ID, pre-medication, pre-prescription, and pre-quantity. Next, we create the table medications. For table medication, the table contains medication ID, date taken, medication calories, medication diet plan, BMI record, BMI status, and patient ID references patient ID. Why I put this? Because I want the table to relate for the patient table. So when we input the values to the details, we put the patient ID at the back. So the table will be like this. Okay, the table will be like this: medication table, patient ID. Okay, so we also create the table medication details, where we know the medication details ID, calories intake of the patient, calories burned, date taken, medication ID, references medication. Why I put this? Because I want this medication ID relate the medication ID relate with this table medication ID. So we put the medication ID at the back. So the table will be like this: medication ID. The last table, we create the health check table that contains health check ID, blood pressure, weight, height, date taken, patient ID, references patient ID, medication ID, references medication ID. I put these two because I want these two relate to the medication table and patient table. Okay, the output will be like this. We have patient ID and medication ID for this table because I want this table relate with the patient table and medication table.
Statement, SQL, and output for selection, aggregation, and grouping, join, set, and subqueries. Number 1. Display the patient address and patient ID of all patients that are between 170 and 185. So we insert the command select patient ID, patient address from patient, where patient ID in select patient ID from health check, where height between 170 and 185. Number 2, display the date taken, patient ID of health check with the weight between 50 and 70, and sort the output ascending by the check weight. The command is select date taken, patient ID from health check, where weight between 50 and 70, order by weight ASC. Number 3, display the total calories intake of all medication details. Rename the header of the output as total of calories intake. The command is select sum calories intake as total of calories intake from medication detail. Number 4, find the number of medication calories and the average of BMI record for each patient ID. The command is select patient ID, count medication calories as myMedCal, average AVG, BMI record as myAVG from medication group by patient ID. Number 5, display the patient ID, patient name, patient phone number, and that have blood pressure 150. Select patient ID, patient name, patient phone number from patient where patient ID equals to select patient ID from health check where blood pressure equals to 150. Number 6, to retrieve the patient name, patient age, patient address, which are not for patient age 49. The command is select patient name, patient age, patient address from patient where patient age are not equal to 49. Number 7, to find the patient who have taken medication in 2019, display the medication ID, medication details ID. So the command is select med details ID, medication ID, date taken from medication details where date taken like percent 2019. For number 8, to retrieve the patient ID and blood pressure where between 100 and 150. Select blood pressure, patient ID from health check where blood pressure between 100 and 150. Number 9, list all blood pressure and patient name that are the same patient ID left join. So the command is select distinct health check dot blood pressure, health check dot patient ID, patient dot patient name, patient dot patient ID from health check left join patient on health check dot patient ID equals to patient dot patient ID. Number 10, count the number of BMI status that are obese. So the command is select count BMI status from medication where BMI status equals to obese. Number 11, display the medication ID BMI record, patient ID for the patient that has the highest medication calories. The command is select medication ID BMI record, patient ID from medications where medication calorie equals to select max medication calories from medication. Number 12, display information of patient who patient ID PT01 in the health check. The command is select from health check where medication ID in select medication ID from medication where patient ID equals to PT01. Number 13, find patient name, patient age and the date taken to the medications. The command is select P patient name, P patient age, D date taken from patient P, health check D where P patient ID equals to D patient ID, ordered by D date taken descending. For number 14, retrieve the prescription ID who don't have to take any pre-medication. Select prescription ID from prescription where pre-medication equals to 0. Number 15. List all patient ID where there is either a medication or a patient. Select patient ID from patient, union select patient ID from medication. Number 16. Display the medication ID, BMI record, patient ID for the patient that have more than the average medication calories. The command is select medication ID, BMI record, patient ID from medication where medication calories is bigger than select average medication calories from medication. For number 17, list all patient ID and med details ID where there is either a patient or a medication details. The command is select med details ID from medication details, union select patient ID from patient. Number 18. Find the number of different patients who have the health check. The command is select count distinct patient ID as ID from health check. 19. Find the number of patient name for each patient age. Select count patient phone number as no phone patient age from patient group by patient age. For the last one, number 20, to retrieve medication ID whose blood pressure have number 1. Select medication ID from health check where blood pressure like percent 1%.